Good evening. Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida for NPSL Sunshine Conference action on Sports Mesh. My name is Carter Krishnaiyer. Tonight we've got Jacksonville Armada U23 team hosting Boca Raton FC. Both teams come in on 6 points in NPSL Sunshine Conference play, trying to chase down the two teams at the top of the table, Miami United and the Miami Fusion. It's been a bit overcast all week in the Jacksonville area, all throughout the state of Florida. But it looks like the rain's going to hold off for us tonight, and we're going to have a nice night of action. Jacksonville Armada, as most of our viewers know, I'm sure, is coached by Pat Cannon, who is a bit of a legend in these parts as a coach at this level, going back to the Jacksonville United days. And this team, of course, traces its lineage back to Lynch's FC, who made a decent U.S. Open Cup run not that long ago. And the Armada U23 team themselves reached the second round proper of the U.S. Open Cup this season, losing to the Tampa Bay Rowdies at Al Lang Stadium a couple weeks ago in an all-Florida clash. Boca Raton also qualified for the U.S. Open Cup this year, their second straight trip to the Open Cup. They lost a heartbreaker 2-1 to Miami United, also in the NPSL Sunshine Conference, on May the 10th. It's a game that was very even. Boca Raton maybe had some of the better chances, but Miami nicked it at the end. Miami then went on to face the Jacksonville Armada, senior team from NASL, and gave them a game before falling 3-2. We're about to start. Jacksonville going from your left to right on your TV screen, and Boca Raton going from your right to left. Excuse me, Jacksonville from left to right. And we're underway. Boca Raton with a quick takeaway. That's Justin Wilbanks, number 17. Taken away by Jacksonville. Michael Baza, central defender, clears it, but it will be a throw-in for Boca Raton. If you haven't been to Patton Park, this is quite a facility. The Jacksonville Armada's U23 obviously playing here tonight, but it's also home to the Armada's academy, the development academy teams, girls and boys, U17, U15, U13, I believe as well. Great little facility on the east side of Jacksonville. Closer to Jacksonville Beach than to downtown Jacksonville. We're probably about 10 to 12 miles from downtown Jacksonville. Shoddy Harp for Boca Raton is dispossessed. Castellanos with a nice defensive play there, tracking back and winning the throw-in for Jacksonville. The Armada looking to build from the back. We're in the second minute of NPSL Sunshine Conference action on Sports Mesh TV. Opportunity for Jacksonville. Rossery is dispossessed, and now we'll be coming back the other way. Here's Bruno Malitz, the captain for Boca Raton. Shoddy Harp, who scored 2 goals in Jacksonville's last match. In Boca Raton's last match, a 3-1 victory over Naples. Naples United, by the way, the bottom of the NPSL Sunshine Conference table, has played these two teams 3 times and has been outscored 9-1 by them, losing 3-1 to Boca Raton, as we mentioned last week, and then the previous 2 weeks had played Jacksonville in back-to-back weeks, lost both those games 3-0. Here's the throw-in. That's Malitz again, dispossessed. That was nicely done by Bethel. But now he loses possession, and it's going the other way. Wilbanks to Malitz. Nice defending there by the central defender, Grassmere. Very good recognition there. Saw the through ball come in and close down that space when Malitz tried to turn. It'll be a throw-in for Boca Raton. Happy to have you with us on Sports Mesh tonight, watching this match. It is an international break. It's a big international week. Obviously, U.S.-Mexico tomorrow nights. So a light schedule of MLS action this weekend. So maybe you're checking out NPSL Sunshine Conference action. We're happy to have you with us. And there's a foul called. Malitz is taken down, and there'll be a free kick for Boca Raton. No, excuse me. It looks like it's going to be a... yeah, it is a free kick. Got a full slate of games in NASL and USL as well, though, in spite of the international break this week. It's going to be Eduardo Cruz for Boca Raton, putting the ball into the area. It falls for Harb, puts it towards goal. I think that was a layoff for Malitz. Keeper comes out, saves it. I think the referee is saying it went over the... Yes, it'll be a goal kick. So the keeper Fajardo came out off his line. Thought he had to punch that away to safety, but in fact, the ball was out of play. He's going to have to retake this goal kick. Now, as we started the broadcast, I said that it was a beautiful day in the Jacksonville area, and unfortunately, some clouds are rolling in. That's the commentator's curse. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes in Florida in the summertime. Takeaway there by Boca Raton. Braxton Fooster clearing it, but it'll be a throw-in for Jacksonville. The Armada senior team, as well as the other professional teams in the state through the last few years, have dealt with weather delays pretty consistently. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Fort Lauderdale Strikers, Orlando City, etc. We have the same problem here at the NPSL level as the pro teams in the state do. Ball is put in the air towards Rossery, who lays it off for Bethel. And it is cleared by Nojemi. Be a throw-in. Well, actually, it went off a Jacksonville player. Nojemi played it off a Jacksonville player, and it will be a throw-in for Boca Raton. Nojemi, by the way, getting a start today, a rare start for Boca Raton, but he does lead the team in assists with 2 in NPSL play. Boca Raton tonight without their starting center back, Lewis Thompson. Let's see if that's a factor as we go on in this match. And we have a player shook up on the field. That is Kieran McKenna. As we said at the outset, this is a big game for both teams, sitting on 6 points in the NPSL Sunshine Conference. Both clubs very much alive in the conference title race. Throwing for Boca Raton. Here's Malitz again. Likes to ravage down that left side. And it is cleared for a throw-in. Jacksonville Armada senior team in Indy this weekend to play Indy 11. They're sitting in second place in the NASL table under Coach Mark Lowry. They've had a great season thus far. And there is a non-call. Rossery was looking for the call, but it's deemed good defense by Pereira, the Boca Raton defender. Little bit of a loose ball there from Gabriel Bravo, the left back from Boca Raton, but Pereira recovers it. Now here's Malitz coming forward, and that will be a foul and a booking. Grassmeyer going into the book. Hard professional foul. Given Malitz's speed and his ability to rampage down that left side, you would have to say that might be a good tactical foul, but he will have to play the rest of the match. We're in the 8th minute on a yellow card, so he's in the book. Grassmeyer in the 8th minute. It's number 4, Cameron Grassmeyer. and it'll be a free kick for Boca Raton. Bravo puts it into the mixer, but it is cleared. Cruz plays it back to Fuster. It'll be a throw-in for Boca Raton. Alajamobi taking the throw-in. Long throw-in for Nojemi. It's an interesting idea. Didn't quite come off, but good idea. Now Malitz for Shadi Harb, the leading goal scorer for Boca Raton in NPSL play. He has 2. Here's Bravo. Good defense by Rossery, but now Harb has it. Plays a cross, dangerous cross, looking for Pervalis, but cleared. And it'll be a throw-in for Jacksonville. The danger is averted. And we are in minute 10 here. Sports Mesh TV, your destination for NPSL Sunshine Conference games all season long. Nice ball put in the air by Dos Santos. It is dealt with by Leo Tavares, the goalkeeper for Boca Raton, but that was a real nice idea. Good diagonal run also from the attacker for Jacksonville. This area has a rich soccer history going back to the Jacksonville T-men of the old NASL. Jacksonville Cyclones of the A-League for a few years. And, of course, we've talked a lot about the Armada and Lynch's FC. Tony Turner, MLS player, former MLS player from this area, played for Lynch's and for Jacksonville University. And, of course, Eddie Johnson, one of the great goal scorers in U.S. men's national team history from down the road in Palm Coast, about 50 miles from here. Nice 1-2 move. Here's Rossery. He's behind the Boca Raton defender. Let's see what the referee calls there. Calls a foul, and that will be a free kick. I believe that was outside the area, though, so we're going to have a free kick. That was a nice attacking move there by Jacksonville. And Sham Rossery already showing a lot of danger. The 17-year-old player, the 18-year-old youngster. So let's see who's standing over this for Jacksonville. It will be Rossery or Baja. You put this in the mixer, or do you put this on target? 3-man wall for Boca Raton. The keeper will have to trust his wall here. We might see an in-swinger. We're in the 13th minute. Rossery puts it, gets through the wall, and that was a dangerous-looking deflection off the Boca Raton defense. Could have landed anywhere, could have ended up at the feet of a Jacksonville attacker, but it is cleared for a throw-in. Nice free kick there. Good idea. Went low. The wall went in the air and made contact with it. Here's Malitz, and he will marshal that out, and that will be a goal kick. So a missed opportunity for the Armada. And unfortunately, we do have some looming bad weather in the area, it appears. We'll try and check the radar for you and see if we're expecting storms. Well, we have some weather off the coast of Jacksonville Beach and Ponte Vedra Beach. and some more storms inland. So maybe it's just ominous clouds and lightning in the distance. Storms don't look like they're imminently going to reach Patton Park. Here's the throw-in, and that is cleared. Goes off of Harb. It'll be throw-in for Jacksonville. Laid off. There, very nicely done. Castellanos almost got to that. Nice idea. It will be a throw-in for Jacksonville. We're into the 15th minute. Excuse me, it'll be a free kick. And this will be Dos Santos standing over it. Look to put an in-swinger in the area. Dos Santos puts an in-swinger in. That's put on target, punched away by Tavares, the Boca Raton FC goalkeeper. And Boca Raton has a little bit of a problem clearing it, but now here's Eduardo Cruz on the ball in space. But good job by the Armada getting back and denying the counter-attacking opportunity. Dos Santos, quick throw-in. Plays it back. Grassmeyer back to his keeper. Now here's Grassmeyer. Bethel puts the ball in the air, but Boca Raton gets possession. And that ball is played off of Junior Provalis. Now Braxton Fuster, a center back, all the way up in midfield. He's going to have to get back into his position. But he chased that ball continued his run into midfield. But Jacksonville now has possession. And has Rossary again. Dancing on the ball. Exciting young player, that young man. 18-year-old. Fuster. Wilbanks. Justin Wilbanks, normally a fullback, an outside defender, playing in the midfield today for Boca Raton. Jacksonville puts the ball back into play. And here's Wilbanks. McKenna takes it away for Jacksonville. So on the ball, McKenna plays it forward. I believe the flag was up there. Henry knew he was offside. He tried to not interfere with the play, but McKenna played the ball to him, so flag went up. Good call by the linesman there, and Tavares is going to put this back into play. We're in the 18th minute here at Patton Park in Jacksonville, Florida. Curtis Krishnaiyer with you. Sports Mesh, NPSL Sunshine Conference action. 0-0 still the score between Jacksonville and Boca Raton. And here's Grassmeyer. Dos Santos puts it back into play. Grassmeyer. McKenna. And that is a long ball that will not find the feet of any Armada attacking player, and it'll be a goal kick for Boca Raton. Not a very windy night by Florida standards or southeastern United States standards when there's storms in the area. But it's still windy enough that a ball like that was just played will carry and roll harmlessly away from the defense. Here's Tavares. He's going to put this back into play. And that is in the direction of Harb. But good defending there by the Armada. And they win a free kick. Dos Santos standing over this, looking for a quick restart. The referee whistles it back, so he's now puts it back into play. Bethel. Bit of a heavy touch there. But back in the direction of Rosales. Rosales took a heavy touch, but he kept going. He kept going with this run after he laid it off. And that's what you want to see from an attacking player. Here's Rosales on the ball. Back to Rossery. Cleared by Braxton Fooster. And now it will be a throw-in. Bethel puts it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Boca Raton. Malitz goes around Bethel. Now he's got a full head of steam, but is dispossessed. He's looking for a call, but not going to get one. He is a dangerous player in space, Bruno Malitz. Here's Bethel. And it is cleared by Malitz. Actually, perhaps Malitz is more unhappy with one of his teammates than with the referee, actually, now that I see his demonstrations. So, apologies. Oh, here's the layoff for Rossery. He is in space, behind the defense, cuts inside, takes a heavy touch, but still has possession, lays it off. You know, he had a moment or two where he could have put a shot on target and had a nice angle, but then he had that heavy touch, and Boca Raton averts danger. But that was a nice run. Really good attacking move from Jacksonville. I think Pat Cannon will probably be unhappy that he didn't get a shot off in that situation. And now we have a foul going the other way. Jacksonville is going to get the ball back. Nojemi deemed to have pushed off. Yeah, real exciting player thus far. Cham Rossery, the 18-year-old. When the Jacksonville coaches review this tape, though, Pat Cannon and his staff, they might advise the young man to put a shot on target when he had the opportunity instead of continuing to dribble. And as I said, he did take a heavy touch. But exciting player, makes good runs thus far, good vision in this first half of action, and has been the most dangerous player on either team. He and probably Bruno Malitz for Boca Raton, the two stars of the game thus far. That ball is played back. Here's McKenna. He loses possession. Cruz couldn't get much behind that ball. He took the ball away from McKenna. But Fajardo was not really troubled by that. But Boca Raton now beginning to press higher. Jacksonville has had the better of chances thus far in this game. Perhaps that's precipitated the decision by Boca to press with their attacking players. And we see Boca Raton winning possession again there, and a foul is called. So we're midway through the first half. At Patton Park, 0-0 remains our scoreline. And the one good thing about clouds rolling in is that it has cooled down. It was a typical Florida summer day earlier, hot and humid. But now it's a little breezier, a little cooler. Better conditions for the players, better conditions for the fans. Here's a free kick. And Fajardo comes off his line, makes the save, starts a quick counterattack, and here's an opportunity for Jacksonville, but the flag is up. The flag is up. Great idea by the Jacksonville keeper, Fajardo, to start a quick counterattack. Great distribution from him. But Rosales was offside. And the linesman had his flag in the air, so almost. Could have been a spectacular counterattacking opportunity for the Armada. And that is a trend in goalkeeping around the world. Guys who can come off their line and start counterattacks quickly, play as a sweeper keeper. That wasn't really sweeper keeper-like, but still very good distribution from that young man. And now, a bad mistake at the back for Boca Raton. An opportunity on target. Tavares makes a save. Here's Rossery, and he puts it wide. Jacksonville's getting their opportunities in this first half. Defensive mix-up from Boca Raton. Henry did well there, but Tavares made the save, fell to Rossery, who was not able to put a shot on target, a second shot on target. And now a little bit of high pressing from Jacksonville creates confusion at the back, and they're going to win back possession, it appears. Well, now Boca Raton has possession with Shadi Harb. So I was saying a few minutes ago, and we'll wait. Perhaps an opportunity for Jacksonville. As I was saying a few minutes ago, trending goalkeeping is the sweeper keeper. Hugo Lloris, Manuel Neuer, these keepers, Mark ter Stegen, who come off their line and play almost as an 11th field player. Another trend in goalkeeping has been even those guys that are more traditional shot stoppers, quick distribution to stimulate counterattacks. And you saw it there from Fajardo a few minutes ago. Here's Rosales. Lays it off! Oh, that ball's going to go just wide from Castellanos. That was a beautiful layoff from Rossery, the number 10, who's had such a good first half. Castellanos in space, but just puts it wide. But it's been largely one-way traffic for the last 15 minutes or so. Jacksonville hunting that opening goal, seemingly knocking on the door. Here's Braxton Fooster playing out of the back. And that's going to be a foul. Justin Wilbanks playing in midfield today for Boca Raton, normally a defender. Here's Chris Pereira putting it in the air. And that will fall to Bethel. Bethel wins the throw-in for his team, for Jacksonville, and looks like he'll take it. Plays it back. Nice long ball in the air from Baja. In the direction, here's Rossery. And he's just off target again. My goodness. This kid is doing all the hard work, getting into space, making the right runs. Good touches, other than that one heavy touch we talked about earlier. Just can't get his shots on target, but he's knocking on the door. Such an impressive young player, the 18-year-old Sham Rossery. That was a very nice ball from Baja forward, and Rosales made a very good run there too. Jacksonville looking extremely dangerous as we're in the 28th minute with the score still 0-0. The homestanding Armada U23, though, having the better of the play for much of this first half. Here's Shadi Harb. That's Bruno Malitz for Boca Raton. And it is cleared by Grassmere, who's sitting on a yellow card. So he's got to be careful. But that's good sweeping defense there by the center back. Both these teams playing with 4 at the back. There's been a trend towards 3 at the back in world football in the last year or two. So Chelsea won the Premier League title playing 3 at the back, and Juventus get to the Champions League final playing 3 at the back. And Boca Raton started the season playing 3 at the back, playing a 3-5-2, but they've now shifted to a more traditional 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1 looking formation. Here's Rosseri again, the star of the first half. Finds Castellanos in space. Castellanos cuts inside on Bravo. Keeps the ball in play. Yes, he did. And it'll be a throw-in for Jacksonville. Throw-in. Malitz for Boca Raton. Here's Nojemi. Back to Malitz. Looking for Provalos, who hasn't got many touches, and he doesn't get a touch there either. Very good read and recognition there by the Jacksonville defender, Argadis. It'll be a throw-in for Boca Raton. And Junior Provalos, the very dangerous attacking player for Boca Raton, is fouled there, but he has to be frustrated. He has not seen the amount of the ball that he typically does for this team. Service has been lacking from midfield for Boca Raton. The good news for Boca Raton is it's still 0-0 in the 30th minute. The bad news is that they've been terribly outplayed. This will be Eduardo Cruz. Puts the ball in the air. And now Jacksonville. Rosales plays it through to Henry. Here's McKenna. Oh, nifty little move by Dos Santos. It didn't come out, though. Back heel. Nice idea, though. A lot of quickness and creativity in this Jacksonville team. I really enjoy what I'm seeing from them thus far. That having been said, they still haven't. They're still not on the score sheet. Ball is played forward. Here's McKenna, looking to play a long ball. Instead plays a diagonal ball. And here's Henry, makes a turn on Fuster. He's in space, and that will be a booking for Braxton Fuster, the Boca Raton defender. Good professional foul. He was about to be beat. He was not the last man back, so it's a yellow card in minute 32 from Braxton Fuster. So both teams have center backs in the book who will have to play the remainder of the 90 minutes with a yellow card. And that does change the way you defend. Be about looks like a 3-man wall for Boca Raton. Leo Tavares, the goalkeeper, setting up his wall. 4-man wall now for Boca Raton. Free kick right through, but off target. Looks like it took a deflection, and it will be a corner kick. Another good free kick from Jacksonville. That's the second time they've gone low with those free kicks, and the wall has jumped, and they've been able to catch a deflection off the wall. Good idea. Quite frankly, it's something that I think is surprising you don't see more of in world football. Free kicks that are aimed low. Now here's the corner. And that is a great header and save. Baja made good contact with that, found himself space, relatively unmarked, but Leo Tavares makes the save for Boca Raton in the 33rd minute. Jacksonville been knocking on the door for the last 25 minutes or so in this first half, but not able to break through. Leo Tavares has had a good game in between the pipes for Boca Raton and some missed opportunities for Jacksonville as well, it must be admitted. Here's Junior Provalis. Tries to lay it off for Nojemi. That would have been a nice one, but good defending there. Nojemi to Provalis. Deflects off a Jacksonville player, and now Shadi Harb puts it well high in the 34th minute. But a shot for Boca Raton. It's their first look at goal in a while. Fajardo puts it back into play towards Bethel. Here's Bethel playing into the direction of Rosales. Lays it off for Rosary. And here's Castellanos. McKenna on the ball. McKenna looking for Rosary. But Boca Raton now gains possession with Shadi Harb. Laying it off for Eduardo Cruz, who loses possession in midfield. Another good ball in the air. Tell you what, Baja has played a couple nice balls in the air, as has McKenna. Of course, Baja also had an opportunity just a few moments ago to open the scoring, to break the deadlock here. But a good diving save by Leo Tavares from Boca Raton. But there have been opportunities for Jacksonville, several of them, 3 of them at least, coming off of set pieces in this first half. Opportunities in the run of play where their attacking players have gotten behind the Boca Raton defense, and opportunities that have come off set pieces as well. So you would think Pat Cannon has to like what he's seen in the first half from his team, but they haven't scored. So that's got to be of concern to Jacksonville. And then as far as Boca Raton's concerned, Atirson, the manager, Brazilian playing legend, been capped for the Brazilian national team, played for Juventus, played for Bayer Leverkusen, among other teams in Europe, cannot be happy with this first half. And I'm sure he will let the players know about it at halftime if we don't see a real change in these final 9 minutes in stoppage time of the first half. This ball's going to go back to Leo Tavares, the goalkeeper. Little bit of confusion here at the back for Boca Raton. Now, I'm not sure Grassmayer was actually trying to play a long ball forward. What happened, I think, was that he was just trying to clear it, and then there was some confusion among the Boca Raton back line. And now we have a player down. And we're asking for the medics, so we're going to have a stoppage here in the 37th minute while the official sorts this out. Been a fairly clean game thus far. Well officiated game too, but we have maybe our first controversy of the night. Some miscommunication had appeared between the back line of Boca Raton and their goalkeeper Leo Tavares, who had to come off the line to clear that and barreled over the Armada player in the meantime. And I believe that is Rosales that's down. It is Rosales, and he's shook up, but he's walking off under his own power. Per the rule, he will have to come off the pitch, but be waved back onto the field in a minute by the fourth official, if he's in fact cleared. Now, you can't be too careful with head injuries, so if this is deemed a head injury, he may not be waved right back on, but we'll see what the trainer tells the fourth official. and it appears he will be waved on in a moment or two. So Jacksonville temporarily down to 10 men. Heavy touch from Pereira. Jacksonville almost had an opportunity there. Now this is Gabriel Bravo. And he has been waved back on. So Rosales is back on the field of play, and we're 11v11 again. Pravalis, loose touch. So this will be McKenna. Castellanos had Henry making a nice diagonal run. Just misread him. Good ball in the area, but it is cleared by Pereira. Shadi Harb turns, trying to chase this one down. Grassmayer does a good job of getting it back to Fajardo, his keeper, but this high press now causing trouble for Jacksonville. And now Boca Raton has possession in midfield. Harb tries to put a shot on target, or I think that was a cross for Nojemi, actually. But Fajardo read it well. Danger is averted for Jacksonville. Looked like a shot for a second, but actually it was. He was looking for his attacking player, number 30, Nojemi, to make a run. Good idea from Shadi Harb. Now this is a nice long ball. And Rosales, Tavares comes off his line. There is an empty net now. Henry scores in the 40th minute. That goal has been coming for a long time. Give full credit there to Rosales, who just came back on the pitch from an injury. He did the hard work. Drew got behind the Boca Raton defense. Tavares came off his line, went around him, played in Henry, who had an empty net. Boca Raton defenders chasing back, but put it on target. Good goal. Deserved lead for Jacksonville in the 41st minute. We're going to say that goal was in the 40th minute, though. But we're in the 41st minute now. With the score, Jacksonville 1, Boca Raton 0. Carter Krishnaiyer with you on Sports Mesh TV. NPSL Sunshine Conference action. You can watch most NPSL Sunshine Conference matches this season on Sports Mesh TV. And here's another turnover. Jacksonville pressing high. Rosales taken down by Pereira. And that is just outside the area. That's another dangerous foul. Boca Raton coming up all 6s and 7s at the back right now. We've seen each of their games this season, and this is about the worst they've looked defensively. Credit to Jacksonville. They are creative in midfield. They're quick. Guys are making the right runs, and they're also finally took one of their chances with Henry a few minutes ago. This will be another dangerous free kick, and we mentioned a few minutes earlier, Jacksonville has been very good on set pieces today. They're knocking on the door, and this is another opportunity. Tavares setting up his wall. And Argadeus is standing over this, and I believe maybe Dos Santos. Can't tell from where. No, not Dos Santos. He's on this side of the field. Ball's put in the air and is high. Now the last two free kicks from similar range, the Armada put under the wall. That one went over. They have beaten the wall all 3 times though, but that one was harmless. Drifted harmlessly over the net. And Tavares and his defense can breathe a sigh of relief. And I think Cheerson, the Boca Raton head coach, is just going to hope to get in 1-0 at this point. Get into halftime, regroup, maybe reorganize. Boca Raton has several options on the bench. Ricardo Blake, the former Fort Lauderdale striker player in the NASL. Giovanni DeMauro scored a goal last week against Naples. Gustavo also on the bench. Maybe add some bite to midfield. There's Harb in the direction of Malitz. Russell returns. Castellanos lays it off for McKenna. Pravalis was able to win possession for Boca Raton, and now it's Malitz going the other way. Malitz puts the ball in the area. Pravalis isn't able to reach it in the air, but it stays with Boca Raton. Here's Shadi Harb, who tries to poke it past the keeper, but is unsuccessful. Fajardo with the save. Quick restart, and Jacksonville seems to have had a advantage with pace tonight, so why not try and stimulate another quick counter, but it's not there, so they pull it back wisely, maintain possession. Maybe try and play out this first half in possession. They've been good value for the 1-0 lead, have the Armada. But now we're seeing a little bit of high pressing again from Boca Raton. Shadi Harb closing down space, creating a loose pass, and Nojemi picks it off. So that's good work there from Boca Raton. Shadi Harb in particular, closing down space, off the ball. Nojemi gets fouled. And we'll watch the fourth official now to see how much stoppage time we have in the first half, as we are at the end of regular time and the end of 45 minutes here in the first half. And waiting for the board. Perhaps the fourth official already put up the board and we missed that. But we are in stoppage time. Here's Pereira on the ball. Nobody came to help him on Boca Raton, and he had to just play it out, so it's going to be a throw-in for Jacksonville. McKenna puts it in the air towards Henry. Too much. Cleared by Wilbanks. Wilbanks with a nice ball forward to Pravalis, who now has an opportunity for Boca Raton in first half stoppage time, but it is cleared. Nicely done there, the clearance by Grassmayer, and that will be the end of the first half with the score. Jacksonville Armada U23 1, Boca Raton FC 0 here on Sports Mesh TV. We'll be back with you shortly for second half action. Pat Cannon should be very happy with that first half for Jacksonville, other than the fact that they didn't score more than one goal. They had plenty of opportunities. Leo Tavares, the Boca Raton goalkeeper, was very busy and was very good, quite frankly. Chirson, the Boca Raton head coach, has a lot to sort out in the locker room, and we trust that he will be working at that as we speak. So we will be back with you in a few minutes for second half action. Welcome back as we get ready to kick off the second half here in Jacksonville. Patton Park for Jacksonville Armada, the host team leading Jacksonville Armada U23, excuse me, not to be confused with the NPSL professional team, which goes by Armada. The Armada's U23 team here in the NPSL Sunshine Conference leading Boca Raton FC 1-0. Goal from Jason Henry in the first half. A lot of opportunities for Jacksonville. They were the dominant team for much of that first half. Particularly impressive for Jacksonville has been Chaim Rossary, the 18-year-old winger, who's looked very, very good, as well as Audrey Rosales, who is playing up front, wearing the number 11 shirt, playing more as a number 9, though. Ricardo Blake, number 15, is checked into the game for Boca Raton FC, so that's one change for Boca. We'll check who has left, and Justin Wilbanks, a natural defender, we talked about him in the first half, has drifted back to right back. So, and it appears like, at least initially, Boca Raton may have switched. We talked about the 3-5-2 being the in vogue formation. Seems like Boca Raton may have switched to a 3-5-2 formation they played at the beginning of the season. Formation that's become in vogue once again in world football with Chelsea and Juventus and the Italian national team, etc. Harb is pushed off the ball for Boca Raton. This ball is played in the direction of Rosales, who will get there, but is finally muscled off the ball by the Boca Raton defender. Rosales very dangerous in that first half. Rosary, we mentioned, has been good. Castellanos, another attacking player for Jacksonville, quite good in the first half. That triumvirate of attackers, wearing numbers 9, 10, and 11, so it's easy for our viewers at home to keep track of them. Have been very good for the Armada. Now here's Leo Tavares, the Boca Raton goalkeeper, being pressured by Castellanos and having trouble getting the ball out of the back, and it will be a throw-in for Jacksonville. Some communications issues, it seems, in the first half between Tavares and his back four. Maybe now a back three in the 3-5-2. Continuing into the early part of the second half. Justin Wilbanks has moved back to right wing back, and he gets beat there. Tavares makes a save, though. Opportunity for Castellanos to make it 2 for Jacksonville, but a save from Tavares. Ball played in the direction of Ricardo Blake, who appears to have come in for Nojemi, number 30. So Nojemi, number 30, off. Ricardo Blake, number 15, spent most of his career as a right back, both in NASL with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers and here with Boca Raton FC. But the emergence of Justin Wilbanks as a top right back has pushed Blake into a more attacking position under Cheerson. And it appears he is playing as a number 9 right now. The quick Jamaican. Played alongside Lance Lang in Fort Lauderdale. Lance Lang, who Jamaican national team player who's gone on to great fame with FC Edmonton and now the Carolina not the Carolina Railhawks anymore, North Carolina FC in NASL. Here is McKenna on the ball for Jacksonville. Castellanos. Been very dangerous in this first half, but good defense. Well, no, maybe not. Looked like Eduardo Cruz came up with a clean tackle and won the ball there, but the referee's going to whistle him for a foul. But good coverage of space by Cruz, and it looks like Blake is going to be able to press a little higher than Boca Raton was able to press in the first half. That ball is in the direction of Rosales, who puts a shot on target towards Leo Tavares. Tavares comes up with it, but once again, Boca Raton opened up at the back. Coming back the other way now, Junior Prevalis puts the ball into the area. This is going to fall with Shadi Harb. Takes a couple touches, puts it wide of the target, but that was a great opportunity for Boca Raton to equalize. Had some chances here early in the second half. Jacksonville, 2 opportunities to build on their 1-0 lead. Tavares made saves for Boca Raton in both cases, and now Harb going just wide of the near post. Prevalis, who I thought might have been in an offside position, but was not. The flag was down, so play on. And that'll be a throw-in. He wins the throw-in, Prevalis. Ball is put into the area. This is Ricardo Blake. He turns. Harb deemed a clean play, but puts the ball high. I think the Armada players are standing around looking for a foul there. Foul that was never called. Referee said play on when Castellanos turned after winning the ball. So now Fajardo will put this back into play. He's been pretty good when he's been called upon today for Jacksonville. But Dos Santos can't control it, and it's going to be thrown for Boca Raton. Remember, you can watch NPSL Sunshine Conference action all season here on Sports Mesh. And we're glad to have you with us again tonight. 51st minute in Jacksonville, Patton Park. The home of the Jacksonville Armada Academy and the home of the Jacksonville Armada U23. Also the training ground for the Jacksonville Armada's NASL team. It's 1-0. The Armada lead against Boca Raton FC on Sports Mesh. My name is Carter Krishnaier. I'm guiding you through the action tonight. There's Cruz. Keeps his run going. But Dos Santos wins it. Cruz wins it back from Dos Santos. And finally, Dos Santos is able to dribble it out of trouble and win a throw-in. There's the layoff. Ball is cleared. That was Gabriel Bravo coming up from a left wing back position for Boca Raton. He hasn't seen much of the ball in this game. Here's Ricardo Blake turning. Blake lays it off. Cruz can't get there, but Ricardo Blake has already looked more lively than Nojemi up front. Might be a question of service, or maybe he's just finding space. But here's a counter-attacking opportunity. Again, a heavy touch in space for Rosseri, who has been fantastic in this game, but has taken a couple of heavy touches. And that was another one that allowed Tavares to recover and make the stop. Here's Dos Santos. Militz. Militz now playing on the right side for Boca Raton. Ball in the direction of Blake. Does a nice job to win that and play it back to his midfielder, Cruz. Hard making the run from midfield. Blake wins it. Plays a ball in the direction of Militz. Militz held his run for a few seconds too many. And now Pervalis puts it off target. But that's been better from Boca Raton. Ricardo Blake has given Boca Raton a bit of a spark in the early stages of the second half. But Jacksonville have been the better team. Here's Cruz. Here's Pervalis. Pervalis, it is cleared off the line. Well done. He rounded the keeper. Did an outstanding job. Fajardo was beaten, but good defensive recovery by the Armada. And it'll be a corner for Boca Raton. But Boca Raton have looked lively here in the second half, early in the second half, and we're going to see a substitution for Boca Raton. It will be Gabriel Bravo coming off. And we'll check who that is coming on in a moment. But Bravo, the left back, comes off. And it's Gustavo, the midfielder, coming on. So let's see. He might play left back, though. In the 54th minute, that change was made. Fajardo is going to put this back into play. Here's Castellanos turning in the area. Crosses it. It is cleared, but will still be a corner. Those quick, pacey attackers for Jackson will continue to wreak havoc on the Boca Raton back line. Turn your head for a minute and they're behind them with a scoring opportunity. This will be a corner for Jacksonville, leading 1-0 here at Patton Park. In-swinger and chest off target. Nicely met by Rosales. Found a pocket of space. Really has to do better with that header. As good as he's been all night. Free header, you've got to put that on target. Now here's Bergman, who's just come in the game. Gustavo for Boca Raton FC. There was a good layoff from Ricardo Blake, by the way. The two substitutes combining there. Now Gustavo in the area. It's going to be cleared. McKenna plays a long ball forward, but it's out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Boca Raton. A bit of end-to-end action here in the early stages of the second half. 1-0 Jacksonville lead. Militz gets muscled off the ball, but Boca Raton maintains possession. Here's Gustavo. And it's cleared. Gustavo is playing in the left wing back position. You have Justin Wilbanks now in the right wing back position. So Boca Raton has gone to that 3-5-2. We talked about them playing early in the season, but had switched to a more traditional four-man back line in the last few matches. Be a throw-in for Pereira. Here's Braxton Fuster, defender for Boca Raton. He is in the book, by the way. Has to be careful the rest of the way. Bad giveaway by Shadi Harb. Really an unforced error there. So here's Dos Santos to Rosales. Rosary puts a cross in the area, not dealt with. Tavares comes off his line, misses the punch, but Boca Raton somehow survives. Really poor job of defending there by Boca Raton. That could have been another goal for Jacksonville, although we've said that repeatedly. Bad clearance again, this time by Pereira, but that shot is on target but right to Tavares. So Boca Raton again escapes. Now looking for a quick counterattacking opportunity. Long ball. Ricardo Blake has been a pest since coming on, and he's causing all kinds of problems now for Jacksonville. It looks like they survived this, though, but they got to be careful with that number 15 from Boca Raton. He's changing the way Boca is able to play, at least going forward, although the problems at the back persist. Here's Harb, who's dispossessed. Rossery in space. We know what that's meant all night. He's going to cut inside. Well dealt with by Braxton Fuster. That's good defending, because that young man has had a night for himself. For Jacksonville, this ball's out of play, but it will be a throw-in for Jacksonville. And Dos Santos will take it. Jacksonville going right to left on your television screens. Boca Raton left to right. And here is an opportunity for Henry, the goal scorer in the first half. Went by two Boca Raton defenders. Now Bruno Malitz dribbles out of space, out of trouble, into space. Thank you. And it's cleared. This has been pretty exciting here in the early stages of the second half. End to end, some real good action. Be a throw-in for Boca. Chris Pereira will take it. We're into the 60th minute NPSL Sunshine Conference action here in Jacksonville, Patton Park. The Armada U23 lead Boca Raton FC 1-0 on Sports Mesh TV. Good ball from Malitz. Turns, but is dispossessed. Bethel played it forward, and it's cleared out of play for a throw-in, but there will be a substitution before we get to that throw-in for Jacksonville. And it will be, let's see who comes off here. It will be Brandon Bartel coming on. Not quite sure who went off. We'll check who's not out there in a few minutes for you. Obviously, Rosales was shook up in the first half, but it's not him. He's on the pitch, and he's looked very good even since the injury. So, don't think there's an injury concern with him. We're at the far side, by the way, our broadcast location. So, can't quite tell which Jacksonville player. Didn't see a number as to who came off, but we'll check that for you. As Rosales plays it back. Now we have a foul on Bartel, who just came on. He was held by Pereira of Boca Raton. Oh, no. The foul was before the ball was played. So here's Jacksonville going forward. Argadelis is dispossessed now. Harb coming the other way. Melitz. This is Gustavo Bergman. Plays it back. It's going to go back to the keeper, Tavares, who has been a busy man today. Jacksonville's got the lone goal. They could have several more, quite frankly. Long ball in the air towards Provalis, who has not gotten many touches on the ball today, but he wins this one. Turns. Spins. Puts a shot on target. And it is parried away by the keeper, Fajardo. Really good work there by Fajardo. And it'll be a throw. It'll be a corner kick for Boca Raton. Here's Ricardo Blake, who loses possession, and it is a goal kick. About to say what an impact Blake has made. And we are in the 63rd minute here. Have been given a heads up about the scoreboard problems here before the game. So if you're keeping an eye on that scoreboard, it looks like it's the 53rd minute, but it's really the 63rd minute. A couple bulbs out in the scoreboard. Here's Melitz in the direction of Gustavo. That is a good ball forward. But no one on the end of it, and Tavares is able to recover, play it out. Jacksonville had 8 players enter the game with a single goal. And you can see why tonight, because they have so many good attacking players, so many guys who can get into space and create opportunities or be on the end of opportunities. Really good attacking play from this team. Now here's Justin Wilbanks for Boca Raton, pushing forward from a right wing back position. He beats his man. Now here's Ricardo Blake to Provalis. Dos Santos swipes and misses at Provalis. Now it's back to Fuster, who plays it forward to Wilbanks, who is in an onside position. Wilbanks cuts inside, tries to play across the field past to Melitz, and it finds Melitz, and it's cleared for a corner kick by Henry, the goal scorer. Coming back and doing a good job defensively. Quick, short corner for Boca Raton. Melitz puts it into the area. Shadi Harb. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it's another corner for Boca Raton. I think Harb made contact with the ball, and then it went off of a Jacksonville defender. So this will be another corner kick for Boca Raton, and it looks like this will not be a short corner. Quick short corner again. Center back's coming up as targets on this. And Fajardo comes off his line, does a good job, and he was fouled in the process. So free kick for Jacksonville. But Boca Raton have looked much livelier in this second half. We're in the 65th minute now. Sports Mesh TV is your destination. Maybe you're watching us on demand before you're going to watch U.S.-Mexico on Sunday night or wherever you are. Watch us on your television, on your smartphones, on your Roku device, Apple TV, tablets, whatever. And we're going to have another substitution here. And it will be for Jacksonville. It looks like the goal scorer, Henry, is going to come off. Good game for him again. Made a vital clearance a few minutes ago defensively. He's going to come off in the 66th minute, and number 7, Barrett Mills, is going to come on. And here's a yellow card, a booking for Boca Raton player, I believe is number 20, Shadi Harb. Be a free kick for Jacksonville. Armada can put themselves in a decent table position with a victory tonight if they can hang on to this in the NPSL Sunshine Conference. Still need to chase down the top. Only one team from this conference advances to the national playoffs in NPSL. McKenna, Dos Santos, among those standing over this. Goes under the wall again, but Boca Raton does a better job of dealing with this one. But that has been a set-piece tactic today. Here's Rossery again in space. Oh, nice finish there. Rosales. That is a goal. That will make it 2-0 for Jacksonville. And once again, it was that young man, Rossery. Fantastic. The 18-year-old off the dribble, setting that up in the 68th minute for Andre Rosales, who deserves a goal himself tonight. Set up the first goal for Jacksonville. I tell you what, this kid, Chaim Rossery, keep an eye on him. He's 18 years old. We know there is a high demand for young, exciting, creative, attacking players at all levels of soccer in this country, and I think we're watching one of the real bright ones tonight. Number 10 on Jacksonville. Fantastic player he's been. So Boca Raton down 2-0. They're going to need to press forward. Here's Ricardo Blake. Lays it off for Malitz. Here's McKenna. And into space, Barrett Mills, who just came on, plays a square ball in the direction of, well, there's no one running onto that. Jacksonville doesn't need to commit numbers forward. They're up 2-0. Typically, there would have been maybe the right fullback running into that space. But Mills almost gets a nice return ball there in the area. Gotten behind Justin Wilbanks, the right wing back. I'm not quite sure where the right center back was for Boca Raton that could have covered that, but he had been drawn out of position. Braxton Fuster. Another giveaway. And that is Malitz, who was dispossessed by guess who? By Rossery. Kid also has bags of energy, and he tracks back, which you sometimes don't see with 18-year-olds with his skill level. Now here's Ricardo Blake to Junior Prevalis. Prevalis. Dribbles through a couple of guys. This is a nice run by the Boca Raton attacking player. Shadi Harb. Tries to put a shot on goal from miles away. Harb, Prevalis, nice little 1-2, but it's cleared. Fuster plays it towards Harb. Harb. And he's dispossessed, Harb. It's coming back the other way. This is Bartel. Lays it off. And we're going to see another substitute now. It'll be a Boca Raton substitution, presumably an attacking one, given the predicament they find themselves in, down 2-0 in the 71st minute. In a match which has not been terribly competitive, except in the early stage of the second half. Reminder, you can watch NPSL Sunshine Conference action all season long here on Sports Mesh. Perhaps some of you watched the England-Scotland game earlier today. Some excitement late in that match. England took a lead, 1-0 lead in the 77th minute, and then 2 Scottish goals before England were able to rescue a draw at Hampden Park. 2-2. England cruising in that World Cup qualifying group, not getting 3 points, all but eliminates Gordon Strachan and Scotland. Once again, they will miss a major tournament. And once again, England will qualify for a major tournament, but what they do when they're in a major tournament, they generally don't meet expectations. Although I will note, some of you may be watching this after the U20 World Cup final, which is England and Venezuela. Venezuela eliminated the United States in the quarterfinals in extra time, and England has been very good in the tournament as well. Now here's Tavares, who misplays a long ball, comes way off his line. Again, another, I mean, we've been saying it all night, miscommunication with his back line. That ball fell nicely for Bartel. And, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Their communication issues there with the back five now of Boca Raton and their keeper, or what's happening. Now, here's Bartel with an opportunity, turning. Barker puts it on goal, but it is Barrett Mills puts it on goal, but it is saved by Tavares. But loads of space, and Boca Raton is not dealing well with the long balls, and the keeper has become more and more adventurous. He's made some good shot stops in his area from point-blank range tonight, Tavares, but he's also made some decisions that might be deemed questionable coming off his line. Now, here's Provalis. Gabby Gonzalez is checked into the game for Boca Raton FC. Wilbanks ships the ball forward towards Provalis, but no one home. 74th minute. Boca Raton likely to start really pressing high, pushing the issue maybe with long balls. Look for Jacksonville to try and exploit that space at the back, launch some counterattacks. Rosales still chasing, still doing a lot of work up front. Here's Gabby Gonzalez on the ball for Boca Raton. Braxton Fooster. Justin Wilbanks. Young man who grew up in South Florida but then spent some time in Australia. Now here is a nice ball for Rossery. Be nice if he got a goal to cap his night, but he's not able to finish it, and he goes down in agony. Good defending there by Eduardo Cruz, tracking all the way back for Boca Raton. Rossery has done everything tonight but get a goal. He's had some chances to score, just doesn't quite know when to pull the trigger. But he's a young player, an impressive young player, and that will come with time. Got all the other facets you need, all the other skills you need for a young player of his age. McKenna. Now that ball gets past the Boca Raton defender, and it appears like Bethel will get to it, and he did. He puts a cross into the area. Good job by the right back chasing that down, but now it falls to Bartel, who was in an offside position. The flag is up. Good call there by the linesman, good eye, and Boca Raton will put it back into play quickly. They don't have time to waste. Here's Bergman in the direction of Ricardo Blake, who is called for the foul, pushing off on the defender. That's a close call. I'm not quite sure about that one, but you can judge for yourself at home. Here is Barrett Mills. Mills has made an impact since coming on. He's looked pretty good for Jacksonville. Jacksonville in general has looked good tonight. Their finishing has been questionable at times, but build-up play has been outstanding. We don't keep possession stats at this level, but I'm sure they have a nice advantage in that category tonight. McKenna lays it off. Rossery laid it off for Dos Santos, but now it's Boca Raton ball. Here's Shadi Harb on the ball, making a run. Takes a shot from distance. Not quite sure that was wise. He had Melise making a run on the left side, and he had Blake and Provalis trying to find space, but it's late. Boca Raton's desperate for a goal, and Harb, who is the team's leading goal scorer, decided to let it loose. Harb has 3 goals this season in NPSL play, the other league Boca Raton plays in, and 2 goals in NPSL play. So he's their leading goal scorer actually in both competitions. Or over both competitions, I should say, with 5. And that's a foul. And it'll be another dangerous free kick opportunity, set-piece opportunity for Jacksonville. And we've seen they've done well with these tonight. They have not gotten a goal off a set-piece, but they have done well with these. And another booking, I believe that was Bergman, who will go in the book. The return fixture between these two teams will be in July 14th, down in South Florida. Boca Raton, the home team. And that will be the last game of the NPSL Sunshine Conference season. So perhaps title implications, title being decided that night. Jacksonville, if they can hang on to this, all indications are they will. They will be in better shape, but Boca Raton certainly not out of the race. Boca Raton also has games in hand and does have 6 points. So 2-man wall. That free kick is put in the air and cleared away. No, it'll be a corner. Cleared away for a corner. Went high that time. We've seen a couple of balls played under the wall, which is a tactic I always love. I don't know why we don't see it more at this level or at the professional level. McKenna loses possession. That was a sloppy touch from the Armada player, but they'll resettle it. And Fajardo will reset here. Rosseri has now come over to the left side. I mean, that kid just does so much running. And here is Bergman getting caught in possession, trying to play out of the back. Gets bailed out there by a foul call, but when Jacksonville presses high, Boca Raton is having a hard time passing out of that press. These are all, at this level, teaching moments for the coaches. These are mostly young players, amateur players. They can learn a lot from watching this game film and coaching moments for both teams. Oh, that's nice job there. Arguedas, who's had a good game, read that beautifully. I believe we will have one more change. This will be a change for Boca Raton. Shadi Harb, their leading goal scorer when they're chasing a game, coming off. And he will be replaced by, I believe that will be Gio DeMauro. In the 80th minute. And a change for Jacksonville as well. I'll have to check on that change in a minute. Provalis. Oh, here's Provalis. Turns again. Bartel lays it back to Dos Santos. Here's Fuster in possession. Provalis to Wilbanks. Here's Provalis. Hesitated for a moment. He had Ricardo Blake in space for a second. Apologizes to Blake. Knows he should have played the ball to him. And now Blake comes up with the ball anyway. And there's a foul there. So Boca Raton will have a free kick in a dangerous area. They're trailing 2-0 in the 82nd minute. They're going to rescue anything from this game. They're going to need to score here. And Malitz and Cruz are standing over the ball. Cruz will back off. This will be Malitz. 3-man wall for Jacksonville. Bartel setting it up, moving his guys back, communicating with the goalkeeper, Fajardo, who hasn't had much to do tonight, but when he's been called into action, he's been quite solid. Malitz. And that ball is pushed wide by Malitz. Wall did its job, forced him to aim it for the far post, and he failed to put it on frame. So a chance goes by the wayside for Boca Raton. And Fajardo will put this back into play. Here at Patton Park in Jacksonville, the home of the Jacksonville Armada at all levels. The senior team plays their home games at UNF about 2 miles down the road. But they train here. This is just such a phenomenal facility. Been the home of Jacksonville United FC, the forerunner of this Jacksonville Armada U23 team. Now we're going to have a booking for McKenna in the in the 84th minute. Here's Bergman playing it back to Tavares. Well, no, I guess we're going to have to reset and take another free kick. This will all be added to second half stoppage time. If you're a Boca Raton fan watching at home, gotta be concerned. Time running low here for Malitz. Here's Bergman. The flag came up late, and there was the right call. He did drift into an offside position, but the linesman was a little slow raising that flag, or at least players were slow to recognize it. It's going to be a free kick for Jacksonville. Oh, throw-in. Thank you. Okay, this will be a quick free kick. Nope, they won't take it quickly. Looking to take it quickly in the 85th minute. Here's Bergman. Raved about this facility, but have to admit from the far side, the lighting is a little suspect. But still a wonderful facility. Here's Provalis. Ricardo Blake. He turns the ball over. And Bartel on the ball. Holds his run up. Nicely done there. Finds the substitute Barrett Mills. Or two substitutes combining there in the direction of Rossery. Nicely done by Tavares, who does do a little bit of sweeper-keeper Manuel Neuer action. Putting the ball in play and dribbling it out of the area and out of danger and trying to stimulate a quick counterattack, which doesn't come off. But Tavares has a little bit of that Hugo Lloris, Manuel Neuer in him. And here's Ricardo Blake. Nice layoff. Might have been a tackle from behind, but no call. That was a good job by Blake to hold up. And now another situation where Tavares is called into action as a sweeper keeper. Initially does well, but then is dispossessed by McKenna. This is getting to be pretty frantic out there. Now McKenna drifting back, trying to keep possession. Gabby Gonzalez chasing him. This is Eduardo Cruz for Boca Raton. Now Rossery has the ball going forward. Cham Rossery, who has done everything today but score a goal. Now he's called for the foul. And is actually going in the book as well. So he has a yellow card. So he's now certainly done everything but score a goal today. In the 86th minute, he will go in the book. That kid has been phenomenal tonight, though. Free kick for Boca Raton. You're watching NPSL Sunshine Conference action on Sports Mesh. My name's Carter Krishnaier. The score is 2-0. Jacksonville leading Boca Raton in the 87th minute at Patton Park in Jacksonville. Important game in the middle of the table of the NPSL Sunshine Conference. And played at the spaces. McKenna gets behind. Flag was up. Offside. You can hear what the fans think of it here in Jacksonville, but the flag was up. And it will be Boca Raton ball, and it is Boca Raton ball. Here's Cruz. Fuster to Blake. Blake to Provalis. Turns. Now the ball is played into space again, and look who's running onto it. It's Rossery again. This kid pulls back, puts a cross in the area. This should be 3. Good save from Tavares. Oh, now this is 3. So Jacksonville does get that third. Tavares made the initial save after the Rossery cross. But the Armada still get that third goal, and it is Brandon Bartell staying with the play after the save, intercepting the clearance and finishing. 3-0 Jacksonville. And that is in the 88th minute for Bartell. And he has been quite good since coming on. But another goal, another dangerous situation by Jacksonville created by that young man, Cham Rossery, who will take his bow and come off. Well-deserved rest for him in the 89th minute. He is sitting on a yellow card, so he comes off. And number 2, Hakeem Reed, has come on. And now an opportunity for Boca Raton in space. Malitz lays it off for Provalis. Excuse me, that wasn't Malitz. Nonetheless, Boca Raton not able to get a real good look at goal late in the match. Here's Justin Wilbanks. The 3-0 scoreline might seem harsh on Boca Raton if you've watched just the second half of this match. They've had chances, they've played better, but the first half, 1-0 was a generous scoreline toward them. Jacksonville far superior, so good value probably for the 3-0 if this is the way it ends up, as we are in the 90th minute. We'll only have a few minutes of stoppage time. We've had no serious stoppages. A little bit of argy-bargy now, though. There's really no need for this when the goal is scores 3-0. We know players are frustrated, but just get on with it. So Bergman will put it into play. Gonzalez tries to put it back in the mixer, but doesn't connect. And now Jacksonville with another counterattacking opportunity, although they could just hold it in midfield if they want to. Instead, a long ball in the direction of McKenna. Tavares has to come way off his line again. He is beaten by McKenna. But Tavares comes back, tries to slide, empty net, opportunity for Jacksonville. They're just going to play it out now. Oh, and McKenna scored! What a goal by McKenna! Now, you thought he could have put a shot on target a minute earlier. The keeper came out, tried to clear it with his feet. But Boca Raton coming up 6s and 7s at the back. And that was a beautiful goal. We've seen some beautiful goals like that. It was, I don't want to use the term world class. I don't want to use that in NPSL maybe, but that was a goal that if it were scored in the Premier League or in La Liga, we'd be watching it tonight on SportsCenter. Imagine if Eden Hazard had scored that goal, they would have been raving about that on SportsCenter. So, nice goal by McKenna. 4-0 Jacksonville into second half stoppage time. And great run by the young man to get behind the defense and tough luck for the keeper, Boca Raton keeper Tavares. He did a good job of coming off his line, disrupting McKenna, who could have gone right in on goal because Boca's back line had pushed up so far. But then he needed something special to beat Tavares, and he delivered it. So 4-0. Here's Blake. It's dispossessed. Now McKenna looking for a brace. He's going to be one-on-one. Oh, good job. Good defending there to make that clearance. We'll check who that Boca Raton defender was in a minute, but that was a last-ditch clearance. And now in the area, punched out. Boca Raton almost chased a goal. We've seen some of that in the second half, some end-to-end action. Pravalis has gotten more touches in the second half. He's looked dangerous at times, but hasn't had a shot on target yet. Boca Raton ball. Here's Cruz. We're in the 3rd minute of second half stoppage time here in Jacksonville on Sports Mesh. Ricardo Blake, who's played pretty well since coming on, is dispossessed, and that will be it. 4-0 Jacksonville with the victory, and the Armada will climb the table. Now at 9 points in the NPSL Sunshine Conference table. Successful season for the Armada U23 thus far. Very successful season for their senior team, sitting 2nd in the NASL table. We don't have a score for you from Indy, but we take it they're probably playing pretty well up there. So Jacksonville goes to 9 points, 4-0 victory over Boca Raton. Boca Raton still on 6 points, still very much alive in this NPSL Sunshine Conference race. Excellent game for Jacksonville. 4 different goal scorers. That's been their theme. They've had, coming into this match, they had 8 goals in the Sunshine Conference season, 8 different goal scorers. And a guy who did not get on the score sheet today, Chaim Rosary, for me, the most impressive player, one of the most impressive players I've seen in Sunshine Conference play this season. Watch that young man, the number 10 for Jacksonville, 18 years old. Fantastic player. For Boca Raton, they will play the Miami Fusion next week, away from home. Worth noting before we sign off, Boca Raton does have 6 points, and they have only 2 remaining away games this season and 5 home games. So they could make a run at the NPSL Sunshine Conference title. And Jacksonville now in great shape on 9 points. So for our entire crew, our entire Sports Mesh TV team, I'm Carter Krishneier. Thank you for joining us tonight. A reminder, you can watch NPSL Sunshine Conference action all season long on Sports Mesh. Our final score tonight, Jacksonville 4, Boca Raton 0. We'll catch you next time on Sports Mesh.